Now the topic is very important topic. This topic is loops, which are also called as repeating statements or iterative statements. That's the same thing. This topic plays a very key role in programming. And this is a new topic for the beginners, right? Like if you're coming from mathematics, mathematics doesn't have loops. So here you have to learn something new in programming. And this needs a lot of practice. What all the programs you learn here under this topic, you must practice all of them, and you should solve the challenges and the coding exercises you must do. If you are confident in this part of programming, then you can solve any problem if you have some knowledge about that problem. Now let us see what are the loops available in C++. C++ is having three types of loops: while loop, do while loop, for loop, and for each loop, right? Now in this video I'll be giving you introduction to the loops, and also I will be explaining these first two. Then in the next video we will see for, and for each we will look at some other time. Now what are these loops? Let us understand from this flow chart. We have already written some flow charts. Now let us look at this flow chart, how it is working. I will trace it and show you. Starting point, and some input is taking, whatever the problem is, okay, some input it is taking. Then processing is done. After that, condition is checked. If the condition is true, then again it goes back here and processing is done. And the condition is true, again processing is done. This will be repeating. So this block, this processing part will be go on repeating as long as that condition is true. And once the condition become false, it will come out, and whatever the output it has to print and then stop. So if in any procedure, if you have to repeatedly execute some set of statements, then you can repeatedly execute them. So using loop, this is a loop. So these statements are used for repeatedly executing set of statements. This type of thing we do commonly in our daily life. Repeatedly we perform some steps. Like I'll take some simple example. Suppose you have a coffee and you have to add some sugar in that. So you'll put some sugar, a spoon of sugar, and you will stir it and check it. It's not sweet yet. Then again put some sugar and stir it and check. It's not sweet yet. Then again put it. So you will continue as long as it is not sweet. When it is sufficiently sweet, then you will stop. So put the sugar, stir it and check it. Put the sugar, stir it and check it. So this is a repeating procedure. And let us take one more example. You are walking towards your home. I have not reached home, then take a step, walk, then walk and check you have reached home. I have not reached home, then take a step. I have not reached home, take a step. So as long as you have not reached home, you will be going on taking steps. One more thing we have seen in the number system, like converting a decimal number to binary number, right? Divided by 2, divided by 2, divided by 2. How long? Until it becomes 0. So is it 0, not 0? Continue. Not 0, divide. Not 0, divide. Not 0, divide. 0, stop. So that's how at many places we use repetition. So in computation also we use repetition. The example I gave you, converting into decimal to binary. So that's how we solve those problems which have repeating steps using these loops. Now let us understand how these loops work. I will pick up while and do while. I will show their skeleton and also the flow chart. Then later we will see a problem or a program on it. Let us look at the syntax of two loops, that is while and do while. So here is the syntax. While, condition is there, and then this is the body of while loop. Flower brackets are used or braces are used. Inside that, process whatever you want to do, you can write down that inside. Then do while. Do first, then flower brackets. Inside that process is there. Then while condition is at the end, and the condition that must be closed with semicolon. It should end with semicolon, right? There is no need of semicolon here, but here semicolon is must. So this is first checking the condition, then performing process. This is first processing and then checking the condition. This is the difference. So there's a minor difference. It's not a big difference. They are almost same. Mostly students get confused here. What's the difference? Which one to use? So it's not a big deal. You can use any one of the loop. Only the difference is this will first process, then check the condition. It means the difference is if already condition is false, then this will not execute. Here, if already condition is, suppose first time only the condition is false, then first it will execute, then check the condition. So it will execute minimum one time. This is the difference. Now, where to use them? Are there any different places to use? There's nothing like that. Mostly programmer use this loop also, this loop also. There's not a big difference. Now, let us understand diagrammatically. Here, this is a flow chart. So it is starting and has done something in the beginning. Just leave it. Look at it from this point. First condition is check. If it is true, then process is done. Then again it goes back to this point, so that again check the condition. If it is true, then process is done. Then repeat. So this is how it is repeating. If the condition is false, then it will continue normally. It will come out of this loop and continue normally. So first condition is checked, then the process is done. So this is a flow chart for while loop. Now do while loop, start, first process is done, condition is checked. And if yes, then it will again come on the process and repeat the process. So first processing is done, then condition is checked. And if the condition is false, then it will continue outside the loop. It will continue the rest of the statements. So this is the flow chart for do while loop. Now I will write on a program, first using while loop. I will write a program for displaying numbers from 1 to n. N can be 10 or 20, whatever it is. So if it is, suppose n is a 10, we will display numbers from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 10. Let us write a program for this one, displaying n numbers. Okay. First I will write a program for this using this loop. Then again I will convert that program and show you how to write on the same thing using do while loop. So let us look at a program. Let us write a program for displaying numbers from 1 to n. So for that already I have a flow chart. Let us see the working of flow chart. First of all, we should know a number. Means 10, 20, till where you want to display a number, right? From 1 to till what? So that is n, read n. Now suppose if I have to display up to 10, let us say n is 10, here n is 10. Then I have to display numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, so on. So for that I need something to count, counter, right? So for that I have I, that is I is initially 1, here I is initially 1. So I will start from 1 onwards. So 1. Then check if I is less than or equal to n. N is what? 10. So now I will not say n, I will say 10. I is less than or equal to 10. Yes. Then do what? Print I. Print I. I value is what? 1. Then I assigned with I plus 1. We have seen this in increment decrement operator. That time I have shown you. This is a common practice. This is useful for counting, that whatever the value of I is, we are adding 1 to it. So increment. So I will become 2. This is the first step. Print I was 1 initially. Then increment I to next number, that is 1. Then continue. So again check the condition. Again check the condition. 2 is less than or equal to 10. Yes. So print and increment. So the next is print now 2. I is 2. Then after that increment, this becomes 3. Then again after this continue loop, right? This is using while loop. So next again check the condition. I is less than or equal to n. So 3 is less than or equal to 10. Yes. So next step, print and increment. So now I will be repeating it. 3 and then it will become 4. Then 4, then it will become 5. 5 is less than 10. So 5, then make 6. Then 6 is less than or equal to 10. So print 6 and make it 7. 7, then 8, then 8. Then increment 9, then print 9, increment to 10. 10 is less than or equal to n. Yes. So print, then increment 11. Now print and 11. This time I is less than or equal to 10. No, false. So stop. After this it will stop. So I have shown you the working of the flow chart. It's working like this. Now let us convert that flow chart into a program. See, for writing the programs like this, first of all, you should figure out what you have to do. First, you should do this. Then from this, you get the idea of flow chart. You will not directly get the idea of flow chart. Work on this one. Prepare a table like this and try to work out what you want. Then based on this, this is the flow chart. Now from that flow chart, I will write down a C++ program. So int main. Now inside this, I need some variables. What are those? N and I. So I will declare those are integer type. So n and I. Now what is the first thing? Enter a number and read a number. So C out, enter a number and read a number. C out, enter number, then C in N. Now initially I is assigned with 1. So I don't have to do it here. I can directly assign I is equals to 1 here. That is in the beginning. Next, check the condition and repeat the statement. So this is loop. So while loop, while, what is the condition in while? I is less than equal to n, I is less than or equal to n. Then what is there inside the body of loop? Print I, then increment I. So print I, C out, I. Then I initially is 1, it will print 1, then 2 should come in the next line. So here I should write down and L. Then next statement is I plus plus. So instead of writing I assign I plus 1, we have an increment operator I plus plus. This we can use. Even you can use plus plus I. Then after this, end of this one and end of the main function. So here you have to write down return 0, you know well. So this is the program for printing numbers from 1 to given number n. That's it. Now I will show you how to convert same thing using do while loop. Okay, so I will make changes in the flowchart and then I will show you changes in the program. Yes, I have made changes to this flowchart. Let us read the flowchart. Start, take a number, I assign 1, then first print, then increment I. Then afterwards check if I is less than equal to n. If it is less than or equal to n, if it is true, then continue. If it is false, then stop. So you can see now that condition is checked afterwards. First these two statements are done. So processing is done first. So we get the same result, same thing, everything. Just instead of writing while here, I have to write do. And here I should write down while I is less than or equal to n. That's all. So this is the program for do while loop for printing the numbers using do while loop. So that's easy. So there is no confusion. I'll tell you that always you can write a code using while loop also, do while loop also. Alright, same thing can be written. It's like a choice. Very rarely we come across that first we need to process, then check the condition. Very rare situations. So if you come across that situation, you will understand. Alright, that's all about this one. So I'll be giving you coding exercise for this. So you may have to write down only the loop part. If you find the coding exercises for this, just write on the loop part, okay, for loops. And also there is a demo given for this one. So you look at the demo for while, do while, as well as including for loop. So now next video will be on for loop, and that is most commonly used loop. Let us look at for loop.